Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I am Rebecca and this is Learning Together by Grace. Today's video is going to take you through a morning with me so that you can see how I prepare for the day. Are you guys ready? Let's go. So one of the first things I like to do is open my blinds in my bathroom so that I can see the beauty outside. This particular day was overcast, but that was okay. I still was able to see the greenery and just see the morning. And then I go in and I wash my face and I brush my teeth. And this is actually a homemade toothpaste, you guys. I am one of those people that likes to try to DIY as much as I possibly can. I try to stay away from as many chemicals as I can. Am I perfect? No, but I do try my best. And so after I get done brushing my teeth, I just clean off my toothbrush and I set it back on the charging dock so that it is ready for the next use. And now I'm just gonna dry off my face. And then I am going to head to my dining room so that I can fill up my water bottle. I like to make sure that I am drinking water within the first 10 to 15 minutes of me arising, because if I don't, sometimes I fail to drink water for the day, and I really like to stay hydrated. So this is one of the ways that I do that. Next, I'm just going to go and do my devotional time. I like to spend time with God and focus on my faith as a Christian and really just pray about any matters of my heart and just try to understand my walk as a believer in Christ. So this particular morning, I had to take some meat out of my deep freezer. I generally do this the night before or maybe a few days before I need the meat. But honestly, it's been crazy. And so I'm doing it this morning. And I just place it on top of a plate and I will put it in the refrigerator until I need it. One of them isn't going to be used until tomorrow and the other one will be used in the crock pot, so it being frozen is fine. Next, I just put up any cast iron pots and pans that I had on my stove from the night before. After I wash my cast iron, I heat them up on the stove top and I add a little bit of oil just to season it so that it can remain stick proof. Yes, it really works, you guys. And so I just make sure that I put all of those cast irons where they belong inside of my cabinet. Also, I had some pizza stones that we used and I needed to put those away after cooling. So every morning throughout the week, so Monday through Friday, I try to get in at least a 25 to 30 minute workout. And there is a lady that I follow on YouTube. Her channel is called Christ Glorified Fitness. I have really gotten into her workouts. We are doing a 12-week transformation challenge. Well, it's over, but I was behind. So I am on day 53, catching up, and I just like to keep myself active. It is so important to me. And I've been challenging myself with heavier weights, using bands as I am exercising, and just, challenging myself to press on even when it's hard. I'm 42 years old. I'll be 43 at the end of the year. And this is one of the things that is so important to me. I want to have good health and strength. After I get done with my exercise program, I turn on some jazz music and I stretch and do some mobility. That is another thing that I am very particular about. With being a dancer and being a former cheerleader, I really value my movement. And as I've gotten older, because I'm not moving as much as I used to, my body is stiffer. So here I am trying to do things to help combat it. And one thing I am learning is that it's never too late. So you guys, try it if you don't do it already, even if it's just 5-10 minutes a day. So before I get dressed today, I am going to make some granola. You guys are about to see me do that. This is just a recipe that I've come up with on my own, nothing special, but it does produce good granola. So these are my ingredients. I have oatmeal here, chia seeds. I would use cinnamon, but I don't have cinnamon, so pumpkin spice, some salt. I normally use maple syrup or honey, but I only have agave today, and a little coconut oil. I'm gonna use 1 egg white. I need an egg yolk later, so this is perfect. I'm gonna use raisins, some walnuts, and pumpkin seeds. One more ingredient, coconut flakes. So we're starting off with 2 cups of oatmeal. Next is 1/2 cup of shredded coconut. All right, so now I'm going in with chia seeds. I'm doing 2 tablespoons of that. I'm doing 1/4 cup of chopped walnuts. I'm also doing 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds, 1/2 cup of raisins. I'm doing 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. Before I do my eggs, I just wanted to show you guys, these are farm eggs I got from one of my daughter's soccer moms, and these are Easter eggers. This is blue and this is pink. They're very pretty. I don't know if it shows up. So I'm gonna do 1 egg white. I'm just gonna strain it through my hand like this.
One thing about the whites in these eggs is that it's very hard to separate it from the yolk, so bear that in mind if you decide to get farm fresh eggs.
Okay, I'm gonna mix all of this together before I add in my spices and my agave. And then I'm gonna go in with my agave. I'm doing anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 of a cup of this. I know I didn't measure it. But I'm just gonna add enough just to cover all of the oats and seeds. So that's probably closer to 1/3 of a cup, I would say. Now I'm adding my spice. I add about 2 teaspoons of spice and just a dash of salt, maybe about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and mix all of that together. Now this next step is optional, but I am going to add some of my homemade vanilla. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't, but if you want a little extra kick, add it, y'all, add it. It is so worth it. All right, so now I'm adding this to a parchment-lined baking sheet. And just spread it out. All right, so now I'm gonna add this to my oven. It's heating at 350 degrees, and I'm going to cook it for 15 to 20 minutes. I'll check it at the 15-minute mark.
While my granola is baking in the oven, I just freshened up some and I put on my clothes, and now I'm just adding coconut oil to my face after I've washed it. I like to use that as a sealant to seal in that moisture from that water and just kind of give my neck and my face a nice massage to help fight fine lines and wrinkles. So now I'm taking one of those packs of briskets out of the refrigerator. It's still frozen, which is fine because I'm putting it in my Instant Pot, and I am going to add some of this Sweet Preacher seasoning. My husband bought this from Walmart, I believe. That's going to be my main seasoning for the meat. And then I'm going in with some cayenne pepper, about 1/8 of a teaspoon, and then black pepper, about 1/4 of a teaspoon, and then some pink salt. That's probably about 2 teaspoons. And then I'm going to put it on the slow cook function, and I'm going to allow this to cook for 6 hours, and then I'll shred it for tacos, y'all. Next, I am actually making some sourdough. This dough is going to be fermenting pretty much most of this day, and I need to get it started so that I can bake it in the morning. So this recipe calls for 100 grams of sourdough starter. I was over by 1, but that's okay. And then I'm going in with some warm water. It calls for 325 grams of warm water. And then I just whisk all of that together. Next, I'm going in with some all-purpose flour. Now, if you want to, you are able to use bread flour. That's what most sourdough recipes call for, but I just buy all-purpose flour and I use that and my loaves come out beautifully. So I added 475 grams of all-purpose flour, and now I'm adding in 10 grams of salt. And so I'm just going to stir that together with a fork now, and I'm going to do that until it forms a shaggy dough. Once it forms that shaggy dough, then I will cover it with some plastic wrap and allow it to autolyse, and that's basically where the flour absorbs all of that water and salt, and then I'll be able to begin stretching and folding it. Now here I'm just feeding my sourdough starter. I like to use whole wheat flour, and I use a non-GMO one. And I'll add the whole wheat flour into my jar, and I'll add water. The water that I use is either filtered water or spring water. That will allow for a better environment for yeast, healthy yeast, to begin to populate. I'm closing this up tight and placing it back in my refrigerator until I'm ready to bake with it the next go around. Here is our granola. It's been sitting and cooling for a while. But that is what it looks like. So I sprinkled my granola on top of my yogurt and added some fruit and some agave, and you guys, it was delicious. Alrighty, you guys, thank you so much for joining me in this video today. I hope you enjoyed my morning. It was a pretty busy one, but this is a typical morning for me. But you guys, if you liked it, leave me a comment below and let me know what your favorite part of my morning was. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share, let people know what we're doing over here, and hit that notification bell so that you know when I post another video. You guys, God bless you and take care.